Paul Theron, I'm absolutely devastated.
Yeah, why?
My BBM is not working.
Oh, man.
My BlackBerry is not working. My WhatsApp, I can't even use my WhatsApp because I cannot connect to the internet. I feel like it's 1996 and I'm making phone calls off my cell phone and just sending text messages.
Yeah, well, at least you're not using your BlackBerry mailbox for email, because then you'd be totally offline. I don't know, I think it's, you know, moment of truth for Research in Motion, the owners of the BlackBerry franchise, because in my experience, that's the main reason people go with the BlackBerries, is not because the handsets are so fabulous, but because of the service. So now this is 2 or 3 days down and out. I've seen a lot of people saying it's time to get an iPhone, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you know, the truth is that the actual system went down in the UK, and things are allowed to go wrong every now and again, surely.
But I hope it doesn't end up being like the Sony PlayStation blackout, which lasted for 3 weeks. Because then you might be looking for an alternative.
Well, at least
right?
I'm giving my thumbs a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
So, Occupy Wall Street.
Yes,
Paul, I know that you're one of the hippies. How do you feel?
No, this is a group of loosely affiliated people who believe in, you know, music, free love, marijuana should be legalized. They've all gathered in the south of Wall Street down in Manhattan, but it's going global. Apparently there's some people who are planning to occupy Exchange Square just outside the JSE down here. But, you know, I suppose as far as New York goes, they'll disappear when the weather gets really cold. But, you know, I raised this point because on my show tonight, the one that airs at 8:30 this evening, the full Mad Markets, we discussed this, and we discussed some funny graphics where you see people protesting but wearing all this corporate gear, you know, and taking pictures of themselves with corporate manufactured products. But of course, part of their whole thing is like, you know, down with corporations. So.
Not for you. Slovakia, one vote we were waiting for
now,
the
who
FSA
thought
fund.
My favorite comment of the whole day was a German politician who said he cannot believe that Europe's progress is being held back by a little turd country called Slovakia, which is extremely rude. How can I even say that? But in the way it works in Europe is that all of the countries that are members have to approve all of the important stuff.
And 16 members have already approved.
And it was down to like Malta and Slovakia. But now in Slovakia, for some reason, they're getting uppity about approving this thing. But that's very, very naughty of them, because, you know, a country like Slovakia, who knows? Next time, next crisis, they're the ones that need the help. Anyway, apparently they're going to have a change of government in order to get this thing through. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody somewhere is making some calls and explaining to the Slovakians this is just not cricket.
So you've got Egypt here. Have you seen all the drama that is going on? I'm actually going to Greece later this year, and we're going to via Egypt. I'm worried.
The Egyptian market is down like 50% plus this year, which is just a little reminder that if your politics go out the window, it doesn't matter how good your economy is, your stock market will be going down the same way. So I'm very sorry for Egypt, but it looks very grim up there.